Hi, and welcome to the 24-hour readathon. It just started, but I am here with my girls, about to take them to their first overnight visitation, so the timing is really perfect because I can distract myself with reading all day. Started our day with coffee so that I can start reading as soon as I get home. I am going to attempt to vlog once every hour that I'm awake during the readathon. So it started at 8 a.m. and I was taking the girls to their visitation. It's 10:30 now and I'm just sitting down to read. I spent like the 9 o'clock hour driving back home and picking up everything, getting all their stuff put away, doing a little bit of that so I can spend the rest of the day reading. Fuse are going with Holiday Peace, which is absolutely one of my favorite oils ever. It's a bunch of fir, like Siberian fir and grapefruit and Douglas fir, Himalayan fir, frankincense, and vetiver. So it is calming, relaxing, the perfect thing to read while I read Kate Atkinson's Big Sky. So this is the 5th Jackson Brodie novel, which is her kind of detective series. You don't really have to like read all of them to follow it at all, although characters recur, but you get a sense of who they are, I think, if you haven't read the other ones. I skipped number 3, but I just read number 4. Now I'm on page 157, and I'm basically gonna read this book today. I'll show you what other books I have in mind that I might read if I need a break, but we'll see if we can finish this one today. This is my to-read shelf, kind of in order of the order I need to read them in because of due dates at the library. I have the next Louise Penny, Bury Your Dead. I might not be able to resist reading that next, even though due in 2 weeks is these 2 books by Emily St. John Mandel. She is the author of Station 11, which I loved. These are her earlier books. And then The Girl Who with a Clock for the Heart is by Peter Swanson. I've been reading a couple of his books. He's more of a thriller, suspense, domestic noir writer. Pumpkinheads, which I just got in because this is the perfect time of year to read Pumpkinheads, by Rainbow Rowell, art by Faith Erin Hicks. I'm very excited about it. That's what's on my list. So I'm just pausing reading. It's 11:30 to heat up my lunch. And I realized I didn't tell you anything about my book, so let's talk about it. Kate Atkinson writes in this very literary style. It's not fast-paced. There's lots of description. There's lots of you hearing the thoughts in someone's head, and the chapters flip perspectives between lots of people. And it's really about character development. It's less about plot. So it's a mystery that's really about the character development and the writing. And these stories unfold and you don't know quite how they fit together, but in all of these stories, they do at the end fit together. And to be honest, I'm gonna put on my glasses. I have always enjoyed them, but about halfway through, I'm like, why am I reading this? What is happening? What is going on? I don't understand. But I end up liking it. And the writing keeps me going, even though I'm like, okay, why is this story in here? You know, like one of the perspectives is a guy's, you get his perspective, you get his 2 friends' perspectives, you get his wife's perspective and his son's perspective, but you don't always know whose perspective you're reading when it starts. And it's like, why am I reading the teenage son's perspective? I still don't know. So we'll see. My lunch is all just leftovers of roast butternut, roast Brussels, and pasta that has the butternut sauce. It's like a mac sauce, but it's butternut nutritional yeast, and a very good, very butternutty pasta. So that's lunch. Hey, so it is 3 o'clock and I am on page 321 of Kate Atkinson's Big Sky. I think I said I was at like 150 when I started this morning. I've got, how many pages are there? I've got another 50 pages to go, and it is all starting to come together in a really great way. So this afternoon I have read, while Jay sat over there and read Game of Thrones. We stopped while he had lunch and we talked, and then we just talked some more, and then we were talking forever, and I was like, I have to get back to reading. So I am now diving back in. I think I'm gonna make a cup of tea because it's getting cold. Okay, so it's just finished Big Sky by Kate Atkinson. Was so good. As I imagined, all of the threads came together at the end, along with some personal threads of the detective that you're following through all of these books. Like, his story was furthered, along with kind of the mystery that was unraveling around him. And I just thought, with this beautiful tree out my window, I need to go record out front. So, very good. I don't know if it's my favorite one. The pacing is like calm. The people are slightly mysterious. You don't quite know what they're talking about or why they're talking about it. It shows a lot of the inside of the characters' brains and how they think. And the writing is just kind of amazing because of that. But I've been reading a lot of suspense lately, and suspense, everything in the book is leading somewhere, like in really good suspense. And this, it's more like you're reading it to see inside somebody else's head. So I like Kate Atkinson. Next up is The Girl with a Clock for a Heart by Peter Swanson. It's more like a psychological thriller than like a murder mystery, you know, hunted thriller. But we'll see if I like this one. I have another 2 on reserve at the library. So I liked Before She Knew Him So Well. I decided to try his other books. We'll see if I like it or not. It is now 8 o'clock on Sunday, so it is officially the end of the 24-hour readathon. I have been up this morning. I didn't set an alarm. I just got up when I woke up and made some coffee. Last night, I read until about 5:30 or 6, and then Jay came home with supper, and we just hung out all night. Got into bed around 9:30, and read until I fell asleep. So I got about an hour or 2 into this book, and I'm on page 102 of The Girl with a Clock for a Heart by Peter Swanson, and it took me a minute to get into it. I think that's why I stopped reading to hang out with Jay last night, honestly, is because the book was not, I wasn't loving it, but I got more into it as it went on. So let me tell you what happens. A guy, and he's feeling like his life's pretty boring, in his mid-40s, and then he sees a woman that he went to college with that broke his heart, and she's some kind of criminal, but you don't know how, why, and she just up and disappeared from his life. He hasn't seen her in years, and she asks him for help doing something pretty weird, and he does it, and you keep seeing lies in our story. He keeps realizing ways that she's lying, but also he's still kind of smitten with her, and he's not really sure who to trust. And so far nothing criminal has happened, but you just get the feeling she's untrustworthy, but he's too smitten to notice. So that's 100 pages into The Girl with a Clock for Heart. We will see if I continue to like it. I like it pretty well right now, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining me on this 24-hour vlog. It's something a little different than I usually do. If you like it, let me know in the comments. Tell me. I'll do more of them. I super enjoy it. Now that the girls are doing more and more overnight visits, I have more of a chance to vlog without fear of their faces getting into it. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know, share it with your friends. If you're watching this on IGTV, do you know you can share it on your stories? So share it if you like it. That would help me know. Have a great week, and I will see you back here on Wednesday with the next episode of the podcast, where I am talking about how to get your shop ready for the holidays. So be sure you've subscribed to that on YouTube, iTunes, podcasts, wherever you subscribe to podcasts. I'll see you then.